Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, July 16th, and we are here answering your financial questions. We are doing so with a little bit of a sense of humor, a lot of analysis, kind of an unbiased approach to whatever's going on in your life, no matter what it is. Anything that remotely touches a dollar, we want to help you out. There's no reason to carry whatever burden you're carrying about your money. And believe me, we all have money issues. Whatever that is, we would like to help you. You don't have to do this alone. That is why this show exists. So if you've got something going on, just go to jillonmoney.com. Click the Contact Us button. It's in the upper right-hand corner. And write us a note. That's the email we receive. If you'd like to join us on the air live, check the box. Mark will do everything else. While you're on the website, you will see that we've got all sorts of content that lives there. We have another podcast. It's called Money Watch. That drops on Saturdays and Sundays. We've got a blog. We have a radio show. There are videos of my most recent appearances on CBS. There are resources. There's a free weekly newsletter, all there on the website. So why don't you just bookmark it? You can always come back to it later. Okay, right now, let's talk to Eric, who joins us from the state of Washington. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Thank you for sharing your expertise with me.
Oh, boy. What a nice way to do an intro for me. I appreciate that. What can we do for you?
Well, I think it's a fairly straightforward question. I have an opportunity to buy an annuity, a one-time opportunity using pre-tax deferred compensation funds. And it seems like I just don't see any downsides to it. I don't know why everybody wouldn't do it. But now I'm wondering, well, it must be I'm missing something or I'm not seeing something.
Well, I just want to say the reason why people are skeptical about annuities, including me, is usually they're very expensive. There are fees that are embedded in them. And so it doesn't mean that you should never do it. It's just that kind of the old school life insurance annuity product has been very good for the insurance company, less good for the customer. So that's why you may have heard that they're, sort of the negative aspects of an annuity. But the idea of putting money into a contract with someone who takes on the risk of then spitting out the money down the line and creating an income stream, it's a good idea. It's just the cost is really the usually the mitigating factor. That, as well as that you can lose access to your money. So the money you pop into that annuity, you lose that lump sum that goes in, or not lose it, but you don't have access to it in the same way as if it were in, say, a brokerage account. So that may be kind of the subtext of what you may have heard. So, but tell us about this particular annuity and what has happened. And first of all, tell us how old you are, Eric.
I am 65, and this annuity is offered through the state of Washington, so it's not being privately offered. So I'm thinking it should be a good rate being offered to state employees. I don't know if do you want to know the annuity factor or?
Sure. Well, first of all, so you're 65. Are you single or married?
Married.
And how old is your spouse?
She is 61 and a half.
Okay. And are you already retired, or is this part of your retirement plan?
Well, I quit work 5 years ago. So this is. Yeah, but I couldn't claim retirement until I hit 65, which just happened last month.
Okay, got it. So now at 65, this triggers all the questions, right? Because now you have access to the pension, right?
Correct.
Okay. So now how much money is in the account?
$590,000.
Wow. Okay, good job. And that's the lump sum. So the question is, when you have the option at age 65 of retirement, is the question, you can either have $590,000 in cash that you can roll over and manage yourself, or take that $590, buy an annuity, and create some income. Is that what the two choices are?
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Do you have to do the whole $590, or can you do a partial?
It's totally flexible. I could do a partial, or I could do all of it. I could do none of it.
Okay.
I can keep it invested with them, which does have fairly low fees as well. So
okay. What other assets have you guys squirreled away? Because if the $590 were the only money you had, we'd make maybe one set of choices. But if you've got other assets, then maybe we'll do something else. So what else have you guys done in terms of saving for retirement?
Well, I've got a current annuity of about $2,200 from a defined contribution account.
Okay. So that's already been annuitized. That's the income you're getting?
Correct. Correct. I've been
And
getting it the last 5 years. Yeah.
okay, income
And
from annuity. What
that will
else?
continue. My defined benefit annuity, which will start up this month, is going to be around 2,500 in cash. We have about 460,000.
Wow, great. Okay. Keep going.
Um, our home's probably worth about 400,000. It's paid for. We
Hmm.
have some recreational property up north, and that's about 200,000 on that.
Also paid for?
Correct.
So that's second home vacation property.
Vacation property. Yep.
Uh-huh. Okay. And you're keeping both of these properties, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
got it. Keep going.
In Roth IRAs, we have about 160,000
Okay.
and about 85,000 in HSA funds. And my wife has in her former employer's 401k. We got that in a traditional IRA at Vanguard, 400,000 on that. And
Wow.
and then her current a Roth 401k, and that's at about that. We just started that like this year. It's going to be like the max, which is 34,750 this year for her.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
That's a
that's fine.
lot. Do you guys have some grown kids or anyone else you have to take care of? Anything? Parents that are still
Well,
alive?
yeah, we have my mom's still alive and she's doing fine, but we do have four boys. Three are out and doing really well. We do still have one at home here, so we're not sure how we're going to deal with him yet. So he came back actually.
He's a boomerang kid.
Correct. Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay, but the other three are on their own doing okay.
Exactly.
And your mom is how old?
She's 91.
Wow. And she lives on her own?
Yep. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Does she drive? Tell me the truth.
Yeah. She does.
Dude, my 85-year-old mother drives. I panic every time I think I hear her in the car. I do. I really need to. I don't know. My mom has been a bad driver for 60 years. So
Well,
it's
we
rough.
just recently reduced her radius driving to the little town that she lives in, but not getting out on the highway anymore.
Gosh. Okay. So you have income right now. Your wife is still working, right?
Correct, and she'll probably be working for another 3.5 years till she gets to hit 65, and
How old? I'm sorry. How much does she earn?
about 90,000 a year.
So you have her 90,000 less whatever she's putting away, of course. Then you have the $2,200 a month plus the $2,500 a month from the defined benefit, right?
Correct.
Okay. How much money do you think you need for expenses? Just, rough.
Well, I think maybe 5,000 to 8,000 a month.
That's a little bit of a big area here. Let's look at 8 just for the heck of it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So what's your game plan for Social Security?
I'm hoping we can both wait till 70 and maximize that.
What would that be?
For me, it'd be 4,000, and then
Wow.
for my wife, it'd be 2,500.
Okay. Essentially, just so big picture, the life of Eric and his wife is amazing because right now you have $4,700 starting next month, $4,700 a month in income. You will eventually have another $6,500 in Social Security. I know it's all taxable. That'll cover all of your needs. So we really only have 5, 6, 7 years or maybe just 5 years really, because your wife's still working, where you'd have to fill in a little bit of the gap. There's no bad decision you're going to make. I just want to be clear about that.
Oh.
Literally no bad decision that you can make. You could tell me that I'm buying the annuity or I'm not buying the annuity. Everything here is incredible because you've been very good savers. Okay. Now let's talk about this annuity deal that you are looking at. What would it be? You take the 590 of the 590, some portion of it, you could convert it. So what are the basics of this annuity?
The basics are it includes cost of living increases based on the consumer price index over in Seattle. Mm-hmm. If I die before say we put in the full 590.
Yep.
And after 3 years and it's paid out a portion of that, whatever's left over, if I die prematurely would go to my wife.
Now, this annuity, none of the 590,000 has been taxed yet, right?
Correct. No, it's all
Okay, so it's
pre-tax.
pre-tax. It's interesting to me because so you have almost, even though, you have a ton of money that you've saved, we know that this 590 plus your wife's rollover from her old employer, the 400,000, that, we have $1 million that hasn't been taxed. And one of the things that might be intriguing from my perspective is to take some of this money, this 590, and turn it into an annuity because it is offered through a state, because it probably has a pretty good expense ratio, and use that to get this money out of the account and start paying tax on it so that you don't have one of those ticking time bombs that has to start coming out at age 75. So on this 590, if you were to choose to to buy the annuity, what would it look like? Can you do like a 10-year annuity where all the money comes out over a period of a certain period? Would that be available to you?
No, it's just, it'd be for as long as I live.
But if you were to, what happens if I put 590 in and you die the next day?
Then my wife would get 590.
Okay. So as long as she's 100% beneficiary, right? It doesn't go,
Correct.
Some annuities, you put the money in, you lose it. So, okay.
That's the benefit of this. I see.
Yeah, absolutely. So straight life, what's the dollar amount that it looks like if you were to, do you have that model? Do they give you a number?
Yeah. Based on the factor, based on my age and all.
Yeah.
So for the full 590, it'd be 3,400, say, per
3,400 per month for life with a COLA. And then you have nothing to really worry about. The money's coming out. I guess that maybe, just maybe, I might not, I don't know. I still like having the ability, like if I were to take part of this and let's say I did partial, I'm just going to pretend. And again, no bad decisions here. I think that if I took part of it, the only difference I would see is that you would now have an IRA rollover. Your wife would have an IRA rollover that, if the money accumulated too quickly, you could always do a qualified charitable distribution. That's the only thing you lose access to if it's annuitized, if you don't have, if all that money is put into the annuity. But if you feel like almost like constitutionally, this makes you feel secure, then I think there's no problem doing it. Everybody listening, this is just one of those examples where, we don't have to worry about liquidity. They've saved a bunch of money, right? There's 400 grand in cash. There's another 400 grand in the traditional IRA. There's other stuff. The houses are paid for, all those things. But, many people don't have that ability. Additionally, we know that we got to get this money out. So an annuity is one way to do it. And it's kind of a simple, easy way to get that money out. And if you also feel like, you want to actually have access to a little bit more of the money to have more flexibility, then maybe don't do the whole thing. But that's the only downside I see. I don't think that there's anything worrisome here. I think this is a really good situation. And I guess the only other thing is, buckle everything else up. Make sure you've got the estate documents done, especially if you've got one son who is maybe not as adept at managing money. Maybe think about, well, what would I want to do if God forbid, we both drop dead together with this one who is not quite launched? What would we do? Would the other boys be the ones take care of it? Just think about those issues. But otherwise, I think you're in great shape. I don't think you can make a bad choice here. I really don't.
That's good to hear. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You feel good?
Yeah, I do. I think, well, for me, going the annuity route, then I don't have to worry about RMDs down the road, and then I don't have to worry about having this investment account I've got to manage and keep an eye on.
Yes, it's easy. Yes,
Correct.
Easy peasy. You got it. So, okay, I'm all in. Eric in Washington State, go enjoy yourself, and good luck. And good luck managing the mother who drives and the son who's returned home. So thank you so much for joining us. Hey, if you are like Eric and you've heard us talk about annuities and you've got a question, it may not even be as good a deal as Eric has, but there are annuities out there now. Really, this is a new thing that are lower cost. There are plenty of ways that these can work and they can be a relief for many. So if that's you and you've been pitched an annuity and you want to get an opinion, don't do it, but come to us first. and we can look at what has been presented to you. Because I'll tell you one thing, I mean, outside of, say, a municipality like the state or a city, these are products that are very confusing. They are usually sold, not bought. So no one wakes up in the morning saying, gosh, I wish I could buy an annuity. You see something, someone has come to you. Let us know how we can help you out. Just go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note, and if you want to join us live, check the box. Mark will do everything else. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And of course, do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.